How's it going, car people? It's Lucas here, back with another car review. Today I present to you this 2010 Volkswagen Phaeton V6 TDI. As always, I will start it up, show you the engine, as well as show you around the interior and the exterior of the car. So, here's the key. It's the Volkswagen Switchblade key, lock, unlock, and trunk release. So, let's go ahead and get started. If you insert the key into the lock on the driver's door, twist to the left and hold, you can actually roll down all four windows at the same time. And to roll them back up, twist to the right and hold. This Phaeton is finished off in a cuckoo gray metallic exterior and comes paired with a black leather interior. To start, insert the key into the ignition, then put your foot on the brake and flick it to the right. Alright, let's go ahead and cut on the headlights, fog lights, and hazards. All four windows are fully automatic. So, let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Phaeton. The Volkswagen Phaeton is a full-size luxury sedan produced by Volkswagen from 2002 to 2016. The Phaeton saw 5 generations throughout its production run, although they are more considered facelifts, as the Phaeton's styling remained roughly the same throughout its entire lifespan. It received a facelift for the 2006, 2008, 2011, and 2014 model years, before going out of production entirely in 2016. North American production of the Phaeton only ran from 2004 to 2006 due to poor sales. The Phaeton is built on the Volkswagen Group D1 platform that it shares with the Bentley Continental GT and Bentley Continental Flying Spur, and shares some of its powertrain options with the Audi A8. While the A8 is the Phaeton's direct competitor, the Phaeton is more comfort-oriented like the Mercedes S-Class and the Lexus LS, instead of sport-oriented like the A8 and the BMW 7 Series. The 2008 facelift Phaeton, known as the GP2 Phaeton, was revealed at the 2007 Geneva Motor Show and has new features and options that weren't available previously. It also had more powerful and more fuel-efficient engine options, and was available in short wheelbase and long wheelbase configuration. The Phaeton doesn't have any specific trim levels, as they are defined based off of the engine. For the 2010 model year, the available engines were a 3-liter V6 TDI, as seen here, a 3.6-liter VR6, a 4.2-liter V8, and a 6-liter W12. On the exterior of this Phaeton, you'll find bi-xenon HID headlights, LED daytime running lights, headlight washers, a chrome front grille, front and rear fog lights and parking sensors, body-colored turn signal mirrors, partial chrome and partial body-colored door handles, chrome trim around the windows across the bottom of the doors and the rear bumper, LED tail lights, a double-tip exhaust, and 18-inch 7-spoke alloy wheels on Hankook Ventus V12 235/50 ZR18 tires. As the name indicates, this Phaeton is powered by a 3-liter, dual overhead cams, 24 valves, turbo diesel V6 engine with the codename CEXA. It produces 237 horsepower at 4,000 RPM and 369 pound-feet of torque from 1,500 to 3,500 RPM. It does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 0 to 62 miles an hour in 8.3 seconds and has a top speed of 237 kilometers an hour or 147 miles an hour. With a fuel tank size of 90 liters or 23.8 gallons, estimated fuel consumption for the Phaeton V6 TDI automatic in liters per 100 kilometers is 11.6 city, 6.7 highway, and 8.5 combined. In miles per gallon, that is 20.3 city, 35.1 highway, and 27.7 combined. The Phaeton is all-wheel drive. You do get a 14-way power-adjustable driver's seat, slide, height adjustment, recline, power headrest adjustment as well, 4-way lumbar, front seat cushion extension. The driver's seat does also have 3-person memory settings, These two buttons right here are to adjust the seat belt. The front seats do have a massage function as well. The door panels are made of all soft touch materials. Leather padded armrests, more of the wood grain going across the door panel, chrome interior door handle, power locks, chrome accented speaker. You do have a window defogger on the driver and passenger doors. Power windows, individual child locks for both sides, fuel cap and trunk release, more wood grain. Storage. To the left of the steering column, panel dim, trip reset, headlight switch, and down there is your parking brake and your parking brake release. Alright, so let's go ahead, hop inside, do a few revs, and see how she sounds. This Phaeton comes with dual zone automatic climate control, fan speed right here, individual temperature settings for the driver and passenger. You can see the temperatures are indicated on the displays right above the knobs. You also do have individual zones and individual automatic mode for the driver and passenger. Otherwise, front and rear defrost, recycling, automatic recycling as well, your AC button, and this button will control the rear vents. Now for the interesting thing about the Phaeton, the front vents. If you look at the dash right now, it might look like there are none, but that's because they're hidden behind these wood panels. You probably saw that earlier when I started the vehicle. The wood panels actually went up to reveal the vents. The middle one even has a cutout for the analog clock. You can see it's chrome accented as well and looks very nice. However, as the climate control is off, the vents are currently closed. They will only open up depending on which zone you have activated, which is this one right here that blows the air towards you from the dash. So if you press this button, then the vents will open. The middle one will open no matter which side you press it on, if it's the driver or passenger. But now you can see this one is open. If I press it again, or turn the climate control off entirely, they will close. And for this side, you can see the one over there is opening. Very useful. And if you press the automatic button, depending on what the temperature of the car is, the vents will open or close depending on what the car thinks is best. Otherwise, if the vents are open when you park your car, the wood will automatically go down once you shut it off. And one other interesting thing is that when they are open, normally to determine how much air should be blowing out of the vents, you would use like a little slider, but not in the Phaeton. Instead, you use buttons right here. And once the light is completely off, then the vent will close, depending on which one you use it. So you can control them all individually. The same goes for this one and the one all the way over there. You can see it is closed right now. You can have them all open, depending on your preference. It's definitely a very unique feature. I don't know how many other cars besides the Volkswagen Phaeton have this, but it is very, very nice. Now we come to the infotainment system. This right here is the power button for it, which also doubles as the volume knob for the radio. You have the tuning knob right here. You go ahead and press that, then it turns on. You have all the various buttons on the side to lead you to different menus, like the radio menu, the media menu, to the phone, sound settings. You can view the map as well, right there. Then to nav, you can set a new destination, save destinations, do all of that. You can get traffic updates. You can see where there's traffic. And then over here to the setup, you can see radio, media, phone, the display, everything that you've seen before. You can also cut to the map and do everything else like that. This is also a touchscreen, by the way. You can change the language. If we go over here to vehicle settings and you click this, you can actually put the windshield wipers in their service position from the infotainment system. How cool is that? Only in the Volkswagen Phaeton you would see something like this. Seat track buttons above next to the CD player and the eject button. And then when you're done using the infotainment system, just click the power button to turn it off and it will just show the time. Very nice. You can see there's a ton of wood grain in this car, going around the dash, across the dash, and even in the center console. Ashtray. This Phaeton comes equipped with a 6-speed automatic transmission with manual shiftability and sport mode. And upon entering reverse, you do have a backup camera with guidance lines. Also upon entering reverse, the side mirrors will tilt down to curb view. Even on the shifter, you're reminded of what engine you have in your Phaeton, in this case the V6 turbo diesel. You've also got some wood grain on the shifter. Power mirror controls, the mirrors are heated as well, and power folding. Cigarette lighter. The keyhole to turn on and off the passenger airbag. You do have 3-stage heated and cooled seats, which is very nice. Right here, you can set the air suspension. Once you press the button, it will show up on the infotainment system. You can set it up to a higher position for a smoother ride, or set it to a normal position. Traction control, and right here, you can adjust how harsh the suspension is. You can switch it more to comfort, more to sport, depending on what you prefer. More of the wood grain, chrome accent cup holders, which push down right here, and then with this button, they will go back up. Very interesting design. Leather padded armrest with storage and a 12-volt power outlet. It's also all felt lined. Your glove box, nice and damped and felt lined, with more media inputs and another CD player. 4-spoke design, leather wrapped steering wheel. Very nice, smooth and fluid power steering. Cruise control, and all of your audio controls are on the steering wheel, volume controls, Bluetooth phone, voice recognition, and all of the controls for the display on the gauge cluster, which I will show more of in a little bit. Turn signal stalk, wiper stalk. The steering wheel is also power tilt and telescoping. The button for it is right over there. On the gauge cluster, oil temperature, tachometer, engine temperature, fuel gauge, speedometer, voltmeter, and the display, which always displays the outside temperature, has a shift indicator, and also a trip meter, a clock, and the odometer. This vehicle has 163,000 kilometers on it. By using these two buttons and this rotary knob, you can go forward or back in terms of what you can see on the display on the gauge cluster. Currently it's displaying the phone settings. You can see the vehicle status, like the tire pressure. You've got vehicle assistances, different settings like driving mode, and also date and time, average fuel consumption. You've got sign assist as well, which shows vehicle signs, the radio info, navigation info, which shows a compass and a digital speedometer, and back to the phone. And then when you're on something, you use the rotary knob to scroll through everything and then click the OK button to select something. Grip handles with wood accenting, sun visor with vanity mirror and light, auto dimming rearview mirror, front interior lights, and a sunglass container. All right. So let's go ahead and shut it down, and we'll check out the back seat. All of your materials on the seats and the door panels carry through to the back seat. Leather padded armrest, power window switch, chrome interior door handle. You have individual power locks for the rear doors as well. Storage, ashtray. Hopping inside. The driver's seat is in its farthest back position. I'm just over 6 feet tall, and I have a little bit of knee room and an okay amount of headroom. This is also the short wheelbase Phaeton, by the way. Obviously, the long wheelbase would have quite a bit more legroom than this has. You do have window defoggers in the back as well. Pockets on the backs of each of the front seats. Rear air vents, which you can also control via the same buttons as the ones you use for the front vents. Storage. Rear power outlet. Center armrest with individual cup holders and storage. Here's the vehicle's first aid kit from Volkswagen. There is also a center headrest in this vehicle, and there's a button that you need to press in order to put it back. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the back. Let's go ahead and check out trunk space. The Phaeton comes standard with a powered trunk which can be operated 3 different ways. You have the button on the key, the switch on the driver's door, and the Volkswagen logo on the trunk itself. Trunk space in the Phaeton is 17.7 cubic feet, with a folding rear seat being unavailable. Inside the trunk, you'll find some illumination, storage in the spare tire under the trunk floor, a warning triangle, as well as the fuse box and one of the batteries to the left of the trunk. The Phaeton actually has 2 batteries, one for the engine and another for the electronics. The second battery is located to the right of the trunk. Alright, and that is going to wrap up the review on the 2010 Volkswagen Phaeton V6 TDI. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.